Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man-horde Dead Palette, as they read all stories horror and internet-related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Are either of you fans of The Lion King?
Which one? Live action? Yeah.
Which one?
Absolutely, live action in the theater.
Lion King, New Legacy? Yeah, I love it.
Lion King 2, Electric Boogaloo. The song Circle of Life, it just recently dawned on me that it's essentially a song about vor and scat.
Really?
With the context of what Mufasa says to Simba, yes, we eat the antelope, and then we become the grass that the antelope eat. So it's just about like eating and shitting out your prey. Like,
the
over
circle of shit. Simba, you see this shit circle? What?
They just hold up Simba and he just pisses off of the side of the cliff.
You probably would. He was a baby.
Yeah.
Well, a very newborn baby.
Double. Double. Draw Rafiki holding. No, just take a shot of Rafiki holding Simba up and just Photoshop in a bunch of turds falling out.
Isn't it? Have you seen the GIF though of like Rafiki throwing Simba off?
Yeah,
it gets me every time.
God,
it's the dumbest joke, but it really does. It is just perfect comedic typing.
Like father, like son. Yeah.
Remember the Kingdom Hearts version of The Lion King?
Vaguely. I mean, like I remember what Sora looks like, but no.
It's so when it does the scene where Mufasa dies is getting trampled, they didn't rig different emotions into Cub Simba's face, so he's constantly smiling while his dad's getting trampled.
My dad's dead. Huh? Awesome. Cool.
Dad, no. He's just like has this wee look on his face.
Oh, Dad, no. Epic fail. He takes out a little camera, you know.
Why is our impression of Simba being horrified just Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons?
You're in danger.
Dad's in danger.
God damn it. I bet my Rafiki. Anyway.
I was just thinking about that, though, because, like, when you're talking about Wendigos, I think that is, like, an important element to Wendigos, is how they are just...
Fecophilia?
You know, yes, absolutely. The baser instincts of a human
right.
Being exemplified in this... what once was a religious thing and is now a no sleep, staple character. Crutch.
I'm here to write no sleep stories and eat shit, and I'm all out of ideas for stories. Yeah.
So I, to be honest, haven't read a whole lot of Wendigo stories. Have either of you actually read them?
I wrote one.
I know. I mean, we make fun of them a lot, but we've never actually read one on the show. I don't know how many you guys have read outside of the show.
Didn't we read one where there's a plane that crashes down in Alaska or something?
I don't. Who the fuck knows?
Well, that wasn't explicitly a Wendigo, was it? It was. Well, yeah, it kind of was.
I want to say it was.
They never said Wendigo.
I don't even remember it. I don't remember it.
It was on the 15-hour cannibal train. Remember?
Yeah. I want to say they said Wendigo in there, or described it to a T, but just didn't say Wendigo. But yeah.
Yeah, it's the one where the woman turns into a Wendigo and comes back to civilization or some shit. Yeah.
It's gonna eat people. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do if you're a Wendigo and there are lockdowns and you're just like, man, I can't go out and eat, can't go shopping.
You feed on the homeless.
Yeah. You run a bed and breakfast. There you go.
Oh no, you're all locked in here with me. I mean, under quarantine.
Yeah. Here's your bed, and you're the breakfast. I mean, fuck.
That's something Becky the human being would say.
Yeah. Oh my god, Becky the human being's bed and breakfast.
A B and B?
Yeah, I was gonna say B's B and B.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that special? So let's actually read a Wendigo story for once.
All right. Good lord. When's the last time we've been on no sleep? Feels like ages.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Hello,
I mean,
darkness, my old friend.
The Wendigo That Didn't Leave Me Alone by LucyBoo_22.
That's cute. LucyBoo22.
I honestly don't know where to start or if I'm ready to be posting this story of mine. But hopefully it'll help. I know you won't believe me, and honestly, I won't even blame you guys. It still doesn't make sense in my own head. I've heard stories about unknown creatures in the woods, but never thought I'd encounter one myself, you know. I posted another story.
Okay. This is something I see a lot in stories, is where it's like, I've always heard stories about the creatures in the woods. I've always heard stories about creatures in the lake and blah, blah, blah. Is it just me, or is the human experience that we've all heard, like, the legends of things in woods and lakes? Like, we've all heard of Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. We've all heard of, different things like that. So when it's always like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but in stories it's always like, I had heard hushed whispers about something that lived in woods, and it's like, yeah, Bigfoot, it's their television specials. like we've all heard about something out there, like.
I've always heard stories of horny co-eds near me, but...
Yeah. Near me butt.
Until I finally entered my credit card information.
There's horny co-eds near me butt.
Horny co-eds are near your butt right now.
This is a terrible place to hide treasure. I'm sorry, go ahead.
For $9.95 an hour.
Is this a pirate that's afraid of being sodomized?
God damn it.
Oh, my leg may be pegged, but please don't peg me.
Oh, Jesus. They call me StraightBeard. I don't know. What would be a good name for a pirate that is afraid of butt stuff?
Norman the Straight.
Yeah, Norman the Straight. Captain Normie.
StraightBeard.
StraightBeard. Straight, yes. There you go. We got to it. We found it.
Sure.
Oh, you be StraightBeard the pirate. We don't have a cabin
Everything
boy.
about him is just like, even like his clothes have like pinstripes, but they're incredibly straight and
Yeah.
just straight down.
Yeah.
StraightBeard.
I don't have a cabin boy on me ship because I know what y'all be getting up to.
They don't fly the Jolly Roger. It just says no homo on it in black and white.
It's the heterosexual pride flag.
Could it just be a Jolly Rogers, but without the bones? It's just the skull. It's just like, oh, no bones.
Yes,
no bones.
It's a skull with a pair of tits.
Don't you be jollying my Roger now.
Yeah, there you go.
Get on the SS No Bones.
God damn it.
But back to Slimebeast's point, this is definitely a no-sleep problem of, I have to make this realistic. I have to talk like I really do have, this story is true, so naturally I have to convince everybody that, hey, I'm like you. I thought Wendigos weren't real. But again, it becomes so formulaic that they all kind of start out with this justification paragraph. And so you kind of just skim through it going, yeah, okay, I'm reading a no-sleep story. Yeah, I much prefer it where it's just like, I was in the woods. Shit happened. Yeah. I don't, you don't believe me, but there's my story. Bye. That's it.
It's not a really big problem. I'm probably, I've made too much of it just by pointing it out. But it's not a huge problem, but it's just like that thing of you can take it and apply it to any other horror trope, and you start to see what the problem is. Like you say, I had long heard stories about spirits living in houses. And it's like, yeah, we've all heard of haunted house. That's like, it's like a major... That's like the crux of the horror movie industry, and like.
I mean, it'd be different if they were saying I'm a paranormal investigator, or I went out with some friends to do some Ghost Adventures bullshit, and we heard about X story at Y house, and they made it specific. But this really just is, the woods, shit's haunted. Remember?
Remember the woods? Anyway. DP, sorry, what were you saying?
Let's continue on. I do want to say, you best start believing in heteronormative pirates.
Yar, because we're real straight.
Real straight.
Yeah.
You best be leaving in a straight pride parade. You're in one!
God damn it.
I posted another story about some creepy old people that I had encountered in the woods, but that's nothing.
Oh. Okay.
So
Okay.
they're just like, 50, maybe 60 in the woods. They creep me out.
Yeah.
Eh,
Old people.
Old people.
Do you know where the nursing home is? Get away from me!
Just a person in fucking their
It's a
their
Wendigo.
they're they're in their bathrobes with a walker. God, fuck.
Oh, fuck. Shoving an old person into the river and running. Get away from me! Yeah.
They're allergic to water. Quick, drown them.
God damn it.
I found a Wendigo in the woods using a walker, so I snapped its neck and threw it in the lake.
Turned out that Wendigo killed a nice old lady. They found her body the next day.
Oh my god. This makes a good horror story for people, but it eats me every day. But here we go.
The Wendigo eats you every day. Yeah, got it.
It's just
the Wendigo that eats you every day.
God damn it. It's a Wendigo with like a trucker cap that says, I eat ass.
Ass, or ass.
Mm-hmm.
I love to go hiking. I go with my 3-year-old German Shepherd, and let her go unleashed since we like to go to secluded places. That's irresponsible. Now I have been hiking all over Utah. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Now I've been hiking all over Utah mountains.
Elias?
Not the Utah mountains, but Utah mountains. And wanted a new hike that wasn't too far from me. I have an app that tells me about hikes near me. If it is a hard hike, reviews, and if it's dog friendly. Now I was scrolling through AllTrail. Maybe say I have an app called AllTrail, whatever, looking for possibly something new, but I wasn't too hopeful. But to my delight, there was something new. So I was hopeful. I don't know why I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember, just make up a name. Just make up a name.
Slinky Flinky Lane.
What is AllTrail?
It's probably fake.
It's where you share pictures of your treasure trail.
Oh, never mind. It's real.
Huh.
It's an actual app.
Is there an app for hooking up with people in the woods, like in public places?
Yeah, I think
Can we call it Pinder?
Yeah, you could call it Pinder. I was thinking you could just call it One Way. It's a one-way trip into the woods.
Well, I mean, you're going to come out.
No, you're not coming out. Nobody better come out around me.
I don't hate them. I just don't want them on my boat.
Double, draw the Scooby-Doo gang going into the woods, and Fred saying, legend says these woods are haunted by StraightBeard, the pirate who hates homosexuals. And then just put a close-up panel of Velma loosening her collar, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you carpet munchers and your silly dog.
If it weren't for the gay agenda. I'm trying to scare all the homosexual people off this land so I could buy it. Wait, what? What? Wait a minute.
StraightBeard the pirate.
Makes no sense. Now he's a ghost.
I'm just saying, all these gays in movies, they don't need to be all gays in movies.
What's next? A gay James Bond. Arr. He has a Twitter account.
Someone, Double, go make the StraightBeard the pirate Twitter account and start running it.
Fuck.
Okay, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know about that Orlando Bloom fellow.
I don't know why I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember it was at the bottom of the list, and it had one review saying, good. I thought that was kind of strange. Yeah, you should, because you're going hiking. Mostly because people love to review hikes and try to tell the city what they can do to improve the hike and make it more safe. I think that'd be the county at that point, not the city. But I figured it wasn't a popular hike. So the next day, Kyrie and I packed up our...
Kyrie?
Oh, shit, Kyrie. Oh, no, Kyrie. You can't go out there. It's filled with the darkness.
God damn it.
And I packed up our stuff and went up. So basically, our pro tag is Sora. That's what we're going with that. I always carry a first aid kit, extra food, my keyblade, and just emergency stuff in case I get lost.
Fuck.
It's important to mention now that Kyrie eats a raw diet. I'm sure she does. Meaning she eats raw meat, not cooked. That's kind of weird, Kyrie, but you were always kind of strange. Yeah. And since we were going so early in the morning, I thought I could bring some with us. I put it in her blue backpack I made her wear and decided You have to wear this Kyrie. It's filled with raw
God
meat.
damn it.
And it was getting warmer. And when it was getting warmer, we would stop to eat. Where I lived, there's a long drive through the canyon and many roads going towards the hike you like to go on. It's kind of a weird run-on sentence. This one was a little further than I'm used.
You like to go on the hikes.
Yes.
Oh God. This one was a little further than I'm used to, but I didn't care. It was new, and I was excited, so was Kyrie. She cries in the car until we get there.
A little tense shift, but okay.
Yeah, so this was a lot of... This information isn't bad, it's over-explained.
And it's kind of like a scattershot, too, in terms of like the sentence structure and the tense and, all different things. But yeah, good.
We could learn there's a blue backpack like when you're actually on the trail, for example.
Well, it's kind of relevant because Kyrie is a dog that is carrying raw meat on its back, so the dog is going to be eaten.
Right.
Probably.
Or we'll throw the meat to get the Wendigo away or something.
Yeah.
Now...
No, the dog's going to be eaten.
Yeah, of course. Now, I was following the direction... The Wendigo that eats Kyrie every day. Now I was following... Wait. I'm not sure if this is now comma or now without a comma.
I think it should be a comma because I already encountered one sentence that needed a comma.
I'll mentally put a comma there. Now... I was following the directions on my phone and saw that it led me towards a thin road that was hidden. Oh, it's hidden, but okay. No wonder I haven't heard of this place. In quotation marks, sort of. It was hidden and far up the mountain. The road only fit one car, so the whole time I was so anxious that another car would come down, and how I would handle that, but there never was. I never saw another car, for as long as I lived. That's the curse of the Wendigo.
You can't see cars at all. When you're crossing the street, you just gotta really hope that the signals are correct.
Guys, oh no. We read the title wrong. It's the Winnebago that didn't leave me alone. When I got to the quote-unquote parking lot, if I could call it that, I noticed there was only space for like 3 cars, all in a tight space. It was small, so I decided to park my car with the front facing towards the road. Good to know. That's for when you have to escape quickly later. I thought maybe it was private property, checked the app, but it didn't say anything about private property. I shrugged it off, got Kyrie out, prepared us and saw the trail. Oof.
Yeah.
Is this ESL or is it just...
I think it's lack of editing.
Yeah.
That's
we have...
So LOE.
Like 3 or 4 paragraphs to start with now, and it's missing the comma. I'm just noticing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a
You're
row.
right. Now.
Now, even though I knew there wasn't anyone parked there, I kept Kyrie on a leash. I didn't know if there were bikers along the trail, but after 30 minutes or so, I didn't see anyone. I decided to let her off the leash.
There's just bikers up there. You're in skullfucker territory. Vroom, vroom. Motorcyclists, Huh? You get it?
Yeah,
bikers.
It was a steep hike for...
Oh, I'm sorry. The
your
king of Sumo
motorcycle
Beach is
gang?
on the trail. How about that? Is that better?
Well,
Is your dog carrying meat on its back? You're gonna kick it? There you go.
the super straights.
Yes. Straights. The SS.
Super straight bikers. Yeah. It was a steep hike for the first half, but it was beautiful. We're deep in the woods, and I felt at peace. I use my headphones when I hike, but I didn't anymore, so I enjoyed the natural sounds of the forest. It was still early in the morning, so I wore a light jacket and decided when it got warmer, I'd give Kyrie her breakfast.
Huh.
Now, before you start to hate, I know bringing Kyrie's raw meat was absolutely stupid and ignorant of me. I had never seen a bear or a wolf or anything, so I got cocky and just thought it was okay.
Uh-huh.
I learned my lesson the bad day. So, the bad day?
Yeah, the bad day.
The bad day. So, no need to tell me I was dumb.
You're dumb.
But honestly, I wouldn't blame you if you commented that. She doesn't blame you.
She gives you license.
She gives you license to call her dumb.
If this was an archive, we could go say you're dumb in the comments, and it'd be perfectly warranted.
That is not so much lampshading as it is putting up a bat signal that just says the word dumb.
Yeah.
It's putting a kick me sign in your own back.
Yeah.
So did the straight biker gang, they don't wear a 1%er patch, they wear a 90%er patch.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I'm just saying, we make up 90%.
Yeah.
You know. I don't have a problem with the 10%. Now, here is where we begin the bad part of this story.
Okay.
The trail finally stopped being steep and sort of... sorry, let's back up. Never say that. Never say, like, all right, guys, here's the scary part. Like, just let it organically happen through your
Hope
writing.
you liked those past few paragraphs, because now you're going to get fucked.
Now you're cursed.
Yeah.
The trail
Now,
finally...
here comes the bad part. Like, I really stopped paying attention to the story structure,
Yes!
and it really goes shitty.
Now, I gave up here, so...
This is the part where I gave up.
Now
This
here's
is all
where
just
we
from the
begin
text
the bad
document.
part of the story. Trail finally stooped being stopped. I steeped and... Oh, yeah, he's right.
Man tour, hook hand card tour.
Here's the part of the story where I had a stroke.
The trail finally stopped being steep and sort of an easy hike from here. When you got to the top, you could see through the trees a beautiful open meadow.
Oh.
On the other side of it, you can hear a river and a waterfall. The trail went around the meadow. The meadow was absolutely beautiful with the mountains in the background, the sound of the water. The hike was almost the most beautiful one I had ever been to. Ooh, this sentence structure is very stilted.
I want to
Trail
hear
went
about the
around
most
meadow.
beautiful.
Meadow beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to hear about the most beautiful one, not the almost the most beautiful. It's kind of like, why are you telling me this one?
Yeah.
I went out to, this beautiful meadow, absolutely wonderful. There was a nice babbling brook. There was a waterfall. It was, just absolutely serene. And let me remind you, this is the bad part of the story.
It was good. It would have been one of the best views, if not for the Wendigo in the middle of it, standing there. It kind of ruined it.
Then the
The
Wendigo
Wendigo-
popped out.
Just, out in the middle, shitting a deer. Just
Yeah.
shitting a dead deer carcass out of its anus.
Yeah.
But you might say, how could it do that? It was a very tall Wendigo, and its asshole was absolutely agape, shitting out antlers.
Okay. Is there... Did either of you play... Oh, motherfucker. what's it
Did
called?
either of you play Wendigo Asshole Expansion 95?
It's my favorite Newgrounds Flash cartoon.
Those were the two genres back in the day. It's punching Anita Sarkeesian or shitting a
Wendigo ass
Wendigo.
expansion.
We just need that meme where the guy is sweating over the two buttons. Punch Anita Sarkeesian or Wendigo Ass Expansion or whatever the fuck.
Did either of you play? It was a game. It was a horror game that's very cinematic, and you have to make choices. But the point is, it was a bunch of kids in a cabin in the woods, and they were running
Until
from a
Dawn.
Wendigo.
Yeah.
Until
Until
Dawn.
Dawn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did either of you play that?
I watched a playthrough of it for the most part.
I also watched the Let's Play.
I played. No, actually, I played it with some friends.
Yeah,
Other
surprise.
than that, I don't know any other decent mainstream Wendigo media. I think it's only on fucking No Sleep.
Here at Wendigo Media, we're the best at doing what you do.
Excuse me while I shit out a deer.
Please excuse me while I shit a deer. All right, so is this
Well,
where you
well,
I'm sure that you can find Wendigo stuff on Boomer Media in terms of Wendigo hunters will be right back.
Sure, but is there anything good? Anything decent?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They're probably I'll say this. There are probably some short indie games on itch.io or something that you could find that would be reasonable. But in terms of mainstream, I don't know.
There's probably an indie movie buried deep within Netflix that's probably decent, but no one's gonna know about it.
And it's called The Resort. When Kyrie and I,
I turned that off. Should I have watched all of it?
did you actually? How far did you get into it? For
Oh,
anybody
wait
not-
a minute. No, I'm thinking of a different movie.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I know what you're talking about. I'm thinking of a different one.
Okay,
Sorry.
for anybody out there, maybe we'll do something with The Resort. I don't know. We'll see.
Kind of want to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
DP, what do you?
I could take it or leave it.
Pokes DP in bicep with single finger. What, DP? How you feeling about it? What do you think?
DP and antler with antler.
Rolls DP in anthill. What?
Unbuttons top button. Hey DP, you want to watch a movie? Ooh woo.
Rolls DP downhill into lake. How you doing, DP? What do you think? Want to watch a movie? Holds DP underwater as he thrashes. What do you think? How you feeling?
Waterboards friend into submission.
Attends DP's funeral where the body couldn't be found, so they're burying a coffin full of bricks. I don't know, DP. What do you think? You want to watch it? When Kyrie and I were sort of in the center of the meadow, she stopped right in front of me and looked towards the meadow.
Wait, you're in the...
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
She's looking down.
Rawr.
Kyrie always walked ahead of me, and when she stopped, I stopped, since I trusted her judgment. Before I could look, the smell hit me first, a shitted deer. Welcome to the shitted deer. Can I seat you? You know the typical rotting smell, but oh my god. That's a sentence, folks. You know the typical rotting smell, but oh my god.
That should be, comma, the typical rotting smell, question mark, but... comma, oh my god. That should be
point.
3 different sentences.
Words cannot explain how bad it stank. It burned my nose and started to make me tear up. I put my shirt over my nose, feeling nauseous, and looked over to where Kyrie was looking.
These goddamn city kids and their soy lattes and not smelling rotted deer carcasses.
Now how you gonna live your life as a modern-day adult without knowing the scent of death? In the middle of the meadow was a deer. Now I've only seen does. Now I've only seen does, but never a male deer in person. But his antlers were huge. Have you ever seen Have you ever seen Princess Mononoke?
That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
Have you ever seen Princess Mononoke? When he sees the deer spirit walking across the water and how big his antlers were, almost like that. I enjoy anime.
There's so much subtext to this story. I love it.
Oh, I don't know what to do with Princess Mononoke.
I'm Princess Mononoke.
Could it be Princess Kylie Minogue?
Oh,
Princess Kyrie Mononoke. Yeah,
Kyrie Minogue.
I just can't get you out of my meadow.
God damn it.
Boy, those antlers are definitely worth shitting out.
Ouch.
Fuck.
The beauty of the deer was amazing, but not enough to take away the disgusting smell that was making me sick.
Boy, guys, you ever been in that situation? Hey, the beauty, amazing, just a 10 out of 10, but the smell, you can't. Sorry, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, but later.
Yeah, you're out hunting and you smell the deer and you're just like, you're not even worth shooting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The deer was looking towards the mountains and away from me. I thought maybe Kyrie's food was going bad. I checked that and it seemed fine. When I looked up again, the deer was looking towards our direction. I noticed that Kyrie's hackles went up at that. She started to cry nervously.
Huh.
What the? I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with that word. Hackles?
Yeah, so it's like when on a dog where their back like kind of spikes up.
Gotcha.
It's like very pronounced on German Shepherds.
Okay, you know what, Story? I learned something from you today. You at least have that.
This is just Sora entering the Bambi universe or whatever the fuck.
Kyrie's
Bambiverse.
Sora has Kyrie in tow, and she has her blue backpack on and is like running after Bambi. No, Kyrie, you're gonna get shot by the hunter.
Yes.
In the darkness.
Oh god.
Now, I've heard of Wendigos and skinwalkers. I am Native American. It is common for these creatures to be in... Do we believe that?
That you are?
The author. Do we believe that?
Native Americans exist, whatever.
Like, if it is, it's very... I would expect... And maybe that's unfair, but I would expect some more authenticity out of this.
The author, I don't think the author can be Native American because in order to write on No Sleep, you have to use a computer and technology. Wait, no, that's the Amish I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the Amish.
Shit.
Never mind.
God damn. That's fucked.
Why is it fucked? Wait a minute.
That and also listening to scary stories on YouTube.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind, this person's not Native American.
If you listen to Mr. Creepypasta, you ain't Native American.
I'm sorry.
Arbiter of race Abysmii.
I'm sorry. A person who fucking is Native American and actually probably has ancestral stories about Wendigos and dogmen and such. I cannot imagine that they fucking listen to scary stories on YouTube and go, yeah, that's authoritative.
All right, for 1 second here, let's analyze this. Let's look past Abysmii gatekeeping the Trail of Tears, and we'll just analyze this.
Gates. A long trail.
There are no gates. Can you imagine? Could you imagine how long that would have taken if there were gates? Okay, Abysmii. I heard about Wendigos from my Native American upbringing, says the author. That, and I also listened to scary stories on YouTube. So it's like, if you're making the statement of where you heard about Wendigos, why would you need two? I heard about them first. You would say the first thing. I heard about them growing up as a child. If you heard about them later on YouTube, who cares? You already knew about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard them, when I was a 5-year-old, I heard about them, in my wigwam.
God damn it.
I would be hitting the peace pipe, and my grandfather,
Jesus.
he had long cheekbones. My grandfather, he had long cheekbones, and he would tell me about the Wendigos and the dogmen.
I like the
my
idea.
My grandfather would put on scary stories from YouTube to help me sleep at night.
We have a long tradition in this family of telling stories of the Wendigo, but I'm tired, so here's a video. Here's your tablet. Here's a Wendigo story.
Oh, that's too real.
Yeah.
That's too fucking real.
I see no reason why they couldn't be Native American.
It's possible. I'm just doubting because of that second clause to that sentence.
No, I think you're just doubting it because statistically there are very few Native Americans, but it's not like you go around
there's more creepypasta narrators than there are Native Americans.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's might be true.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna make a correlation here. I'm not making a direct connection for anybody who wants to call shit out or whatever.
He's about to say some racist shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say it. I'm
Here
about
we
to say
go.
it. Okay. If this was a story about something in Jewish folklore, and you got halfway through the story where the person said, "By the way, I'm Jewish," in this story specifically about Jewish folklore, I would kind of question that. I would be like, I would think from the beginning you'd be like, I grew up Jewish and so on and so forth, and, I heard about this myth and, so on and so forth. So for it to be this far into it, it feels like an afterthought. That's why I personally doubt it. It just feels that way.
Not necessarily.
No. In your example, how many times did they say oy vey before saying they were Jewish?
Jesus.
Well, it would be in the first paragraph, so probably 10?
I was out hiking and this Meshuggah pops up out of the
damn
middle.
it. My dog, Schmuckus.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with it randomly coming in halfway through, but I think it's just the way it's presented. Because you could say, oh, by the way, I'm Native American, but without explicitly saying it like that, you could say, when my mother was telling me folklore from the Sioux, our Sioux oral tradition or something, boom. Okay, that sounds a bit more authentic. It's just weird to say,
always talking about oral arguments and suing people.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Fucking lawyer.
I mean, it's really just how you present it. And, you don't have to start out the story with, I'm Jewish or I'm Native American.
Well,
That's kind of weird.
I just
Slipping
it just
in
makes
the
me
middle
question.
of the
It's
story.
very weird to say that you're a Jewish Native American.
God
Hey.
damn it.
We're out there. We exist. Okay.
You think you've suffered.
You...
Gotta slip over to get the peace pipe.
Oh, fuck. Nobody...
What? No, that's John Lydon. What are you doing?
Hello. Welcome to my tribe. Hello. It's just all John Lennon.
Creepypasta.
Oh, just Elias, just cut the episode here. Fuck it, we're done.
Double. Write a no sleep story about a Native American tribe of John Lennon's.
Wendigo, you will be fucking banned for that on Reddit. It will happen.
Where are we?
I need to finish. Oh no, that's it. That and also listening to scary stories on YouTube. Now, when Kyrie did that, I got a bad feeling in my stomach despite the sickness.
Despite. It was a Wendigo, and I knew that. Now, I didn't know what to do. These creatures were only a part, one word, a part of my stories to make me go to bed. Not two instructions of what to do. Plus, my grandmother was the one with the stories and passed away. She was the one with the experience, not my mom or anyone else.
This is written like someone who's learning English via Europe, like American English.
Maybe it sounds like someone who's on a reservation and doesn't speak English.
Oh my God.
No, because... whatever.
DP, Jesus Christ.
I'm just playing devil's advocate because it's really funny.
Yeah, you're playing white devil's advocate. We get it.
I glanced at Kyrie
Custard's
again.
advocate.
Custard. Fuck. I glanced over at Kyrie again when she cried, and I looked back towards the creature. It started to stand up on its hind legs. Holy hell, it was fucking tall. And it faced my direction. It had no face. It was wearing a business suit.
Oh my God, Kyrie, it's Slender Man. He's a powerful Heartless.
Not a Slender Go, I said.
You know, my family told me about, famous Native American mythical creatures, skinwalkers and Slender Man and...
My son, you must be careful when you go out into the woods alone, lest a Jeff the Killer emerge from the woods.
My son, there's a white man in a suit that wants to corrupt you and our nation.
Yeah,
Seriously, beware of him. Hey, it works.
It started to walk towards me. I was going to run until I heard in my head, I am the one of this land.
You read that wrong. Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Prepare yourselves.
God damn it.
Prepare your body.
Is there anything more disturbing than Goofy mentally communicating with you as he just stares at you? That's right. You're hearing me in your head. I know all your thoughts.
Maxie, you can't go out on a date with Roxanne without me knowing about it.
God damn it.
Suddenly, it started to run towards me, full speed. I screamed, called Kyrie, and started to run. Kyrie was following behind me. I started to cry as I was running, since I could hear it catch up to me. It was loud. It was destroying everything it came in contact with to get me. The earth itself was shattering, and there was a black hole forming.
A hiker stepped between us, and he got Thanos snapped the minute he was struck by the creature. Just into dust.
Hey, fellow hiker, I don't feel so good.
Well, hey there, mister. You lost or boo? Poof.
Oh my God, is that Slender Man? The adrenaline running through me was making me just focus on running. I didn't know where to go. I just ran. The trail suddenly got smaller and bushes with thorns started to appear. This is a fucking video game, but I didn't feel them as they cut my arms. As I heard it got closer, not get closer, it suddenly went to the left as I ran straight. I somehow had the balls to look back to see it was gone, but also Kyrie. Oh, I know what you mean by that.
And angry.
That is improper grammar.
And angry.
I looked back and Kyrie.
As it got closer, I went straight. Arr, good lad.
Good lad.
Kyrie, I said. But right as I called out for her, the trail ended with a foot drop onto a patch of rocks.
We don't want no gays here in StraightBeard's land. I'm just Native American. Them two.
God damn
Can't
it.
trust you.
Apparently I'm also racist. I hit my head, bleeding a bit. But again, I couldn't feel it that much and just got up. I looked towards the forest when I suddenly heard a loud cry from my right. It was Kyrie. Kyrie! I cried out. I stood up, crying and lost at what to do. Yeah, didn't get better that time. I looked back to see a river leading up to the waterfall I heard. Suddenly, a heavy weight ran into me and we both fell back.
It was Mike Tyson.
It was an MMA ring.
Yeah, a heavyweight. Get out of this forest, there's a Wendigo.
Oh, shit.
I'm serious.
Thanks, Mike Tyson, my guardian angel.
Wait, are you
Guardian
Native American?
angel.
I don't want to assume nothing, but do you know how to dispel it? I'm sorry if that's offensive. I'm just very scared.
Okay, you know what? Someone write me a fucking no sleep about Mike Tyson beating the shit out of a Wendigo. That sounds so much
God damn
better.
it. Get out of here, Skinwalker. I hit my head again on the back and looked up to see Kyrie. Kyrie had blood all over her. It was pouring from her neck.
Oh, there we go.
Rip dog.
Well, a dog's about to be ripped apart, yes.
Mm.
Kyrie, I called out. She was whimpering and breathing heavy. You know, a dog's dying, a German Shepherd specifically, and I have just been imagining it to be Kyrie this whole time, so I'm not traumatized.
Yeah.
She still had her backpack on with some cuts in it. Before I had a chance to help her, a scream came out of the forest. I looked back at the waterfall and somehow had the strength to pick up my 85-pound dog and carry her.
Hey, babe, you want to handle my 85-pound dog?
I once carried an 85-pound dog named Kyrie.
Fuck.
Kyrie's
I've
probably
been-
85 pounds.
Yeah.
I've been through the forest holding an 85-pound dog.
Damn it.
It's bleeding out of his neck.
In Kingdom Hearts, you can't... No, go ahead.
No, I know that cops use the slang 80-pound fur missile to describe police dogs, so 85 is not unrealistic. That is a chonky dog, though.
My brown lab was 95, but he fucking built because he just ran constantly.
It's
So it
5
makes
pounds
sense.
of meat on the back is the thing.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah. Dog eats 5 pounds of meat a day.
I believe it. I'd probably throw up most of it, but I believe it.
Where's Timmy?
I don't know where I was planning to go, but I was just running to the waterfall as if it was a safe place.
Where's Timmy? He's fine? Oh, he's gone. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Whatever.
I was almost there when I heard the creature land on the rocks that I did earlier.
Earlier. Yeah, it should be earlier.
That's the word.
No, it's just early. Should be earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mind auto-corrected it.
Your
Cool.
mind auto-corrected it into correct English. It's crazy.
I tripped.
Yeah,
at the
Brandon,
end.
you're crazy. Abysmii said it. We finally said it.
I tripped at that and looked back to see it looking at me. Its eyes were black, or so I think. It's kind of dark out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to profile its eyes. It could also have been that there wasn't anything in there. I don't know.
Oof.
Okay. This is very, like I said, stilted. Like
cheese.
Yeah. Stilton. Like I've had Stilton cheese, who knows? I took off Kyrie's backpack, no apostrophe, and throw it towards the monster, hoping it would take the meat and just leave us alone.
Uh-huh.
I was scooting back towards the waterfall on my butt like a dog, crying as I did so, holding and dragging Kyrie with my left arm.
I reached the waterfall and started drowning in it. Why did I think this was safe? I thrashed around.
I wanted to see what was behind the waterfall for potential treasure or an Easter egg. I found that
It was
being so close.
12 Wendigos. Oh, shit. Sorry.
I found that being so close to the creature made me literally weak to my knees. It
Mhm.
walked over to me, taking huge steps. It looked so different than before. Before it looked like a deer, and now as it crawled over to me, it looked like a monster.
Bum,
I
bum,
don't know
bum.
how else to describe this awful demon. I don't. I'm sorry.
Color? Shape? Was it slender?
Was it a man?
Yeah.
A slender man, maybe?
Did it
Did
still
it
have
have a
horns?
suit and no face?
Yeah. But I felt water hit... we're starting a sentence with but. A paragraph, actually.
I'm
But-
okay with that,
Yeah.
but...
But I felt water hit my head hard as I had reached the waterfall. Oh, he's going to drown. I kept going until I was up against the wall. There was barely enough space where water wasn't hitting Kyrie and his face. Wait.
And his faces.
Oh, wait. There barely... Fuck. There barely enough space where water wasn't hitting Kyrie and Iz faces. It's supposed to be Kyrie and I's faces. Kyrie and I. Kyrie felt limp at this point. I could somewhat see the creature through the water, but still saw it coming towards me. It stood on its hind legs when it was close enough to me watching me. The smell was so disgusting I couldn't help but throw up in my mouth. It reached its arms out to grab the puke. No. Reached its arms out to grab and puke. It reached...
No, hold on. What did it do?
It reached his arms out to grab me.
No. Close.
It reached his arms out... Wait, what am I doing here?
It reached his arms wide open.
Oh, yes, of course. It reached his arms wide open out to grab me. I screamed so loud. I screamed so far away all night and day. I actually lost my voice. This is funny because when things were weak earlier, no arms were spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Good point.
no. After I let out that scream, another scream came from the deep forest. I was having a multiple screamer. the creature stabbed its head.
It's the classic Masters of the Universe villain, Skeletor's minion, multi-scream. What do you do, multi-scream? I scream from different directions. What? What the fuck?
What can that possibly do?
When I'm running away from He-Man, I can make him think I'm running in a different direction.
Strategic.
The creature snapped its head almost completely backwards, looking towards the screen.
It fell over dead. Oh.
The scream sounded like the one this one had let out earlier. I was still holding onto Kyrie, crying and screaming since its arm was close. It looked back at me, pulling its arm away, and said in my mind, I am the one of this land.
With that, it took steps back, watching me, and went down the riverbank. Watching me and went down the riverbank. It crawled on all fours, stopping next to Kyrie's backpack. It ripped it apart and pulled out the meat, eating it with the plastic bag that it was in.
This is okay. Now the Native American claim makes sense. This is some redneck dude who's just like, yeah, I'm 1/15th Cherokee. Yeah. There you go.
I go out with my dog and I fight Wendigos.
Yeah.
Just like my ancestors of yore.
Yep.
It suddenly screamed and ran towards the direction of the scream from earlier. When I thought it was gone, I stood up shakily and carried Kyrie towards the trail again. When I was running, I came across my backpack that I had left earlier and stopped. It was ripped apart, so I took off my jacket and wrapped it around Kyrie's neck, where she was bleeding a lot. After that, I barely remember. All I remember is carrying Kyrie and driving down, screaming the whole way towards the emergency vet. That's a great visual. Ah!
Oh, man. They asked us what happened, and I told them it was a bear. They said, no, it's not. It's obviously a dog. What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, you don't understand. It was attacked by a bear. Well, also, I'm going to call bullshit on that. These are clearly Wendigo marks.
Yeah, exactly. What are you trying to do here, dude?
We can hear Wendigo screams all day, so we know it's a Wendigo.
We've had 3 Wendigos come through here for surgery. They asked us what happened, and I told them it was a bear. They called the ambulance since I had blood all over me, and they couldn't tell if it was mine or Kyrie's. Kyrie made it through surgery and had to have some stitches on her, along with a pad. Like an iPad?
Like a... Huh?
She's a high-tech
You think it'd be a
dog.
cone so she doesn't, like, scratch at her neck wound.
It's an iPad. They're going to keep her busy.
Right.
It didn't really heal, and a huge bump grew on there. Well, that's healing, but okay. It had been infected, but eventually got better. Again, that's healing.
What is the weird phenomenon where, like, humans, for whatever reason, really want dogs to see the dog on the TV? I'm fully susceptible to it. I just don't understand why that is such a deep psychological need.
I think it lines up with, like, our fascination with dogs and cats in general. Look at the small fluffy thing. It's so funny what it does. Like, it's just
what the dog
deeply
do.
ingrained.
What the Wendigo do. I think it there's like this element of like, hey dog, see this other dog? Do you know that dog?
Well, it makes a difference when the animal reacts to it, because some do and some don't. Like, for instance, my cat if I'm watching a Let's Play, she'll intently watch the Let's Play with me. I'm probably rotting her mind, but it is a thing.
DP,
Yeah.
can you please release a video series on VHS, okay, where you are in a suit, like a gray suit. I want it to be ill-fitting. Like, I want it to be a little bit too big a suit, okay, with your hair slicked back.
Only kind of suit I wear.
Yeah, and I want you to be like a presenter standing in front of a green screen. And on the green screen is footage of, like, dogs playing, dogs at the dog park, dogs running. And I want this video to be, like, a video people buy for their dogs. And I want you to stand in front of that green screen with, like, your hands folded and, like, gesture over your shoulder once in a while and just say, hey, dog, see this dog? Do you know that dog?
Title it, Do You Know That Dog?
Is that a dog you know? Is that one of your friends? Like, just keep doing that. But it has to be on VHS, though.
Absolutely.
She also had a bite mark on the top of her left eye, but that healed much better. They pulled out a 4-inch tooth.
From
Okay.
her eye.
Yeah. I don't have it because I couldn't even look at it. Okay, you don't have it. But they declared it from a bear. I declare this from a bear.
Drops it on tray.
Clunk.
Even though they said it looked weird. This looks weird, but I declare it from a bear.
Okay. It's like, it's tropey, but that'd be the one thing you would want to keep and say, I still have that tooth. They said it might be from a bear, but it's like no bear tooth I've ever seen. Like, whatever.
You can easily get past that, too, by just saying they removed a tooth. They told me about it, but they threw it, in a biohazard bag before I, have it or anything. Because that's, it's a medical thing. They're going to be like, well, this is a big rotting, festering tooth. Let's just get rid of this shit,
Yeah.
That's also the question of, like, what do you want to do? Is, like, this, is the Wendigo a supernatural creature or is it a real creature?
Right.
Yes.
It becomes weird.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I suppose it is something in between. So that does just become kind of weird of, like, here's a physical manifestation of something that is also a spiritual entity. I've never known how to feel about that. I like the idea of a smoking gun. I do. I'm just kind of wary on that, like, where Wendigo rules are. You know what I mean?
Well, like, okay, this reminds me of a not so good found footage movie I saw like a couple years ago. And the premise seriously is Bigfoot is real. It kills our protag's dad. So he gets a group of people together to go find Bigfoot. And it's a found footage movie. And it's not great, but it kind of works because it's like they just say, look, Bigfoot's real. And there's a bunch of them, and they protect the deep forests of the U.S. where no one goes and civilization isn't. And that's why people disappear. And that's why people are obsessed with it.
Also, Swamp Thing's there.
Also, Swamp Thing's there. It's awesome. Chupacabras down south. But, like, at least it's explicit, and it's kind of goofy in what it says, but I get that. I don't know what this story is really trying to communicate, other than Wendigos are scary, and I ran from one, and I almost killed my dog.
That's it, yeah.
That's it.
I saw one.
Okay. It just feels a little shallow.
We definitely stumbled upon a story that's made by a young author. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the idea, though, that Bigfoots or Sasquatches are, like you said, protectors of the deep forest where nobody goes. Mm-hmm. I like the idea where it's like once a year they're like, oh, one almost got in. A human almost got in here.
Kill him.
We saw one this year. Nobody ever goes here because it's the deep forest, but we got one.
Ooh, maybe it's the movie The Village by M. Night Shyamalan, but it's protected by Sasquatches.
That would make that movie 100 times better.
I like that movie.
I like it too, but if it was fucking Sasquatch, oh my god.
No. While I was in the waiting for Kyrie, I looked up the trail on the app, and it was gone. I don't know why or how it is.
Wendigo deleted it. My god.
The Wendigo stole her phone.
The Wendigo left a review that said, good. Jesus fuck. I literally think that's what's happening here.
I think it's meant to say, like, they talk to the authorities and there's this big cover up about the Wendigos and shit. But no, in my headcanon, the Wendigo leaves reviews on the trail to sucker people in. Oh, and by the way, it didn't say I don't know. It says IDK. But we are so used to reading leet speak that we ran it right out as I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. IDK, why or how, but it is. I don't know. Don't remember where it is either. It's all a blur.
Like, here's the thing. There is no real risk in saying it's this trail in Utah. What are people going to do on your fictional horror story? There's no Wendigo up there. I've been out there. Like, well, it's a trail. Like, where the fuck disprove it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
even if you think this is real.
You say, I went to the, Hinky Pink Trail, in such and such park, and somebody says, that trail doesn't exist, and you reply to them and you just say, okay, boomer, and that's it. You're done. You've kept it all realistic.
You can do either one. You can make up a name or use a real one. Neither have any real risk. But just saying, like, I don't remember where it was. It's like it doesn't exist. Like, okay, well, maybe you're just drunk every weekend, huffing paint thinner. I don't know.
Okay, I have some pictures up of Kyrie. The one with my niece is a hike my mom took her on with my niece.
The one with my niece has my niece in it.
That was a sentence.
See, here's what happens whenever that goes down. Whenever they laugh at something like that, I have to figure out, are they laughing at the story or are they laughing at me reading it wrong?
No, you read it perfectly correct.
No. Because whenever a sentence is written that poorly, I am not taking in any information. I am just reading words to get them out on audio. I take in no information. There's zero reading comprehension. So I'm just waiting with bated breath as like, did I fuck up? Or is this the story?
The one with my niece is a hike my mom took her on with my niece.
Wait a minute. If a child is your niece...
Uh-huh.
Isn't that your mother's grandchild?
No.
No. Because...
No. Read it. The one with my niece is a hike my mom took her on with my niece. No, okay, so it's his niece both times. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's still their niece. And that would make...
The mother's niece?
No, it doesn't say that.
The protag's niece. My niece. My niece is a hike my mom took her on with my niece.
Like for both, I'm like the one with my. I'm just thinking of
because that would be.
I'm thinking of a way to fix the sentence in a way that isn't necessary. Because I'm thinking one way you could fix it is the one with my niece is a hike my mom took with her granddaughter. Where you wouldn't have to say it twice, but it's not necessary because you just don't need the second mention at all. But yeah.
It's also not necessary because the niece and the mother are entering the story now, and they have nothing to do with anything.
And they're both Native American, just so you know.
Well, yeah.
By the way,
actually, they're not Native American. I was adopted.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
That's why I had to learn all of this stuff from YouTube. I was trying to learn about my heritage.
Yeah.
Oh god, that is depressing.
I was actually raised a good Protestant. It had been weeks after my mom thought to try to help her through it. Kyrie looks nervous in the photo, but you can see the huge bump on her left shoulder of her neck. There's also a picture with Kyrie and her bandages around her neck. And the one that is the most recent of her neck, it's black. The stitches came out. The last picture is of the top of her head, also black, but it's healed now.
Ooh.
I have pictures of these, but I don't know where or how to post them, so they didn't get posted.
The point of that paragraph.
Well, what I will say, let me write my own Wendigo story here. Okay, so we got a main character that likes to go out hiking. We're going to name them Sora, and they have a dog named Kyrie, and they go out. And there is an encounter with a Wendigo, and the Wendigo bites the dog. But immediately, the dog just turns into a fucking Wendigo.
Dog.
A Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Sorry. I apologize.
Yes. Double draw Wendigo.
I like the idea of this Native American family, though. I like the idea of them introducing the main character, the narrator, where they're like, yes, this is our son, runs from Wendigos. And they're like, so Wendigos are real? No, why? Well, his name... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's just folklore. Anyway, runs from Wendigos here was...
That's just... He's constantly running from Wendigos. He keeps talking about them. We haven't seen one, but I mean, whatever. I haven't been hiking since, and I refuse to let Kyrie go. The time my mom took her, she did it while I was at work, but regretted it because she said Kyrie was crying and was so scared they had to just go home.
Oh.
My mom knows, comma, I screamed at night from nightmares for a week or two. My mom put white candles in my room to get rid of the bad spirits attracted to my negativity.
You said earlier that your mom didn't know how to deal with anything supernatural.
Listen, right here, we're going to put down some white Protestant candles to get those Wendigos away from you.
See, there's
yeah.
3 white candles, and they represent Jesus.
The Father, Son, and the Holy Candle. What?
We got one that represents the Holy Spirit, and the other 2 represent white Jesus.
Yep. We got the red, white, and blue candles here. All right. So, yeah.
Red for the blood of Christ, white because Jesus is white, and blue because God bless the cops. So here's my story. Oh no, it's your turn, isn't it, Slimebeast?
That's whatever. Who cares?
Oh no, it's my turn.
Yeah, you do it. I don't care. Fuck it.
Whatever, fuck it. So yeah, here's my story. I've heard stories where people saw a Wendigo and they didn't get harmed, and God, I wish I went through that. I hate hiking. My therapist thinks I may have some PTSD, but only knows of it as a bear. I'm getting through it. Kyrie is too. Hopefully one day I can go back, but I don't see that being for a while.
I've heard stories where people saw a Wendigo and they didn't get harmed, and God, I wish I went through that. You didn't get harmed.
Yeah.
You went through that.
They got a bump on the head.
Yeah, but that's nothing. You could get
They
that
ran
just hiking
into a
anyway.
wall repeatedly.
Listen, I'm tired of these goddamn fragile snowflakes getting upset when they get thrown around by a Wendigo and get a crack on their head and nearly get their dog's head cut off.
Yeah, it's true. Zoomers.
Zoomers.
This is not a safe space. No snowflakes allowed.
Argy, dargy, dargy. Please, if you're going to go up to the mountains, please prepare. Mother Nature is not only unpredictable, but has things in there that just don't make sense in our heads. So please be safe. I say that with serious sincerity. If there's any other subreddits I can post this to, I would love to know so I can share my story and maybe help others out there. Thanks for reading.
r/Wendigo.
4 comments, no comments.
4 comments, not allowed to see them.
Yeah, they've all been deleted.
Cool.
Well, this story didn't know when to go, huh? Yeah.
No. We ended up being very critical because this was, I think, a lower quality story than we were expecting.
It's not horrendous. You know, it's not terrible. You know, it's not like, oh, this is such trash. I'll get it out of my sight. It's just like, okay, we get it. You saw Wendigo. The end. All right. Okay.
It's also kind of seems like cowardice that the dog didn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, either commit to it or don't.
It sort of is like we've said before, the microwave horror, where it's just like, we were hiking and there was a Wendigo and it stank and reeked and jumped at me. Anyway, the end. Like, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that the implication is supposed to be that, hey, potentially there's going to be some sort of dog becomes Wendigo thing, but they don't do anything with it.
That's what I was waiting for, and that would have been cool because I haven't actually seen that happen. Granted, I haven't read a lot of Wendigo stories, but yeah, it's kind of just, I saw a Wendigo and it was scary, and here's the fallout, and then a bunch of weird dicta that doesn't really mean anything.
Weird dicta here. I do like the idea, though, of somebody writing a story where they're a veterinarian and they go to work in some, podunk town, and at some point, like, the local park rangers, like 2 park rangers with their guns drawn, one night they just clandestinely call the veterinarian out to the office for an emergency. They get there and they bring in a Wendigo. Mm. And it's never explained. It just is like, do what you can. Do what you can to help it. Well, what is it?
Should I kill it?
Don't ask questions.
And they would have to struggle because maybe the physiology of the Wendigo is, it's nothing like they've seen. So you could do a lot of interesting stuff with that.
And then they're like, what was that? It's like, what was what?
You helped a poor deer. Here's your hush money. Yeah.
That was no deer I ever saw. Yeah, it was pretty fucked up, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty big deer, am I right?
You did your best.
Yep.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
This is an emergency broadcast. Please stand by and await further instructions. Currently across, there is a Wendigo advisory. If a tall, black, humanoid monster with deer antlers and the stench of rotting meat knocks on your door, do not answer it. I repeat, do not answer the door, for the embodiment of anger, hatred, jealousy, and all that is wicked within the hearts of man. This would go against police orders. Please ignore any pained, hunger-driven yells of Algonquin cannibal creatures and resume normal activities inside. Under no circumstance should you answer the door and offer the Wendigo a freshly baked muffin. If you give a Wendigo a muffin, it will want a glass of milk to wash it down. And if you give a Wendigo a glass of milk, it will want to take a nap. But it can't take a nap without first having a bath. But a Wendigo will not take a bath without having a rubber ducky to keep it company. So if you don't have a rubber ducky, the Wendigo will freak out and rip your soul open, making itself home inside you. Then it will use your mortal flesh to find and mercilessly kill all of your loved ones while you're still fully cognizant of what is happening, powerless to stop it. The Wendigo will use your mind to call on every little pained memory you have with its victims, which it will verbally recite to your friends and family as it tears them limb from limb, claiming this to be revenge in the form of ritualistic cannibalism. I repeat, do not open the door for a Wendigo unless you have a rubber ducky and are comfortable being the little spoon when taking a nap with a symbolic representation of insatiable greed and starvation. This is not a drill. This message will repeat until Wendigo storms have ceased.
Okay, yeah, anyway. Yeah, continue with your plug.
Let me think here.
Plug your GTA 5 roll.
I already did.
Do it again.
Plug your favorite episode of the Fear Fiction Podcast.
Oh, God. Hey, everybody. Have you listened to the Fear Fiction Podcast? I have. And I have a favorite episode, and let me tell you which one it is. First of all, Abysmii, DP, would you happen to be able to guess what my favorite episode is?
You know what? It's probably this. So they should probably make sure to like this video.
Exactly. That is correct. It is this episode wherein we discussed... Elias, cut in. It's about... Okay, I'll give you some samples here.
Meal.
Yeah, I'll hold on one second. I'll just... Elias, I'll give you some clips. You can cut in whichever one. So yeah, my favorite episode is this one, wherein we talked about the faceless person, the Wendigo, the food that was people, the troll pasta. Okay, there you go. And, yeah, it was a really good episode. We had a lot of laughs. We talked about a lot of irreverent things, a bunch of potty humor jokes, made fun of, the writer being from Eastern Europe. Some funny accents. Really good.
I liked how we made fun of that person that was politically conservative and or politically left-leaning.
Yes, That was really fucking funny. And that company, oh fuck, we hate that company, We
really do hate that company.
Yeah, fucking company.
But, not as much as that group that is not a race.
Yeah, and it was really funny when Abysmii did say that he hated that race. That was really...
I mean, I was really drunk that episode, so it's all
this episode of Abysmii.
Sorry, really this one. Yeah.
He's drunk.
I'm really drunk right now.
Really drunk.
So.
Okay, Elias, I want you to put that on the end of 3 episodes.
Probably.
Say,
Yeah, listen, hey.